Well, today is Friday, November 7th, 2025. So I've been out of the hospital since Sunday. Um, things, it's getting better. I went to work Thursday. I was there for about 4 hours, so that wasn't so bad. It's slow. It's a slow process of like getting better and feeling more up and wanting to do stuff like um, I'm more awake, put it that way. But I still get, tired, but I can do a bunch of things. Like I can do wash, I can go do other stuff, do the dishes, things like that. And it's not as bad as what it was before. So, but chemo is coming up, my last round at the moment on Monday. So we'll see how that goes. I have a CAT scan of the chest that I'm going to be doing tonight at 7. That's when I got it scheduled. So, because I have a follow up with Dr. Chang next week. So, next week's going to be a little bit of a busy week between appointments and follow ups and things like that. I had blood work done today. It looks like the potassium level is up. It didn't show white blood count, so I don't know where that's at specifically. But from the last blood panel that was done, which was Sunday, my white blood cell count was up. So that's good. So was my bone marrow count. That was up as well. So those are good things. What I did want to do was pull out some of the chemo shirts that I have, but I'm not in the mood at the moment. But they're actually pretty cool. So it's a regular like top, but on the either side there's like snaps that open up so that you can access the port, a lot easier. So they're pretty nice. I have like 2 or 3 short sleeve and then 1 long sleeve. Of course, I should have thought about long sleeves versus a short sleeve, but whatever. Usually, when you go for your infusion, they give you blankets and stuff like that to keep you warm, which is really nice. They also give you food and drink if you are hungry and stuff, so you can actually eat while you're there, because you're usually there for about 4 hours, basically, when you go for chemo, because they do each drug an hour at a clip. So that's why you're there for a couple hours, and that's how it works. It's not really that bad. I'm hoping this time around, though, that they might give me the potassium fluid afterward, like when I go back in for the pump disconnect, which is the next day, so that I'm not so drained, because the chemo really drains me bad. And apparently I ended up with the fever because I was so bad, which that was a whole fiasco being in the hospital for 4 days, but whatever. I'm home, so that's a good thing. At this point, I just want things to go back to normal, and I know they never will, but it is what it is, so I just have to mutter through it, and, every day is a different day. You never know what's going to happen. This morning I was up sort of early because I went to get my blood work done, and I wobble, so I'm like sort of off balance a little bit in the mornings when I first wake up, which is a little frustrating, but it is what it is. So eventually I get my balance as I wake up, but it's just sort of hard, first thing in the morning. But I mean, overall, I am doing a lot better. I mean, I'm more awake, more, chipper. Well, let's not go that far with the chipper, but I'm just more awake. So, but it is, getting better. But that's the problem. As soon as it gets better, boom, you go right back in for chemo, and then you're just sucked dry again. So that can be a little frustrating. Right? At least for me, it frustrates me basically. But I mean, so far I'm caught up with everything, and hopefully the chest scan shows the pulmonary on the left side, which I think is what he might be looking for. I'm not sure what all it's going to show, so at least in the portal I'll get the results and I'll be able to see. I still haven't told them either way, who's going to be doing the surgery and stuff, because I need everything. I need all the results to come in, whatever scans they want to do, whatever blood work they want to do. I need all of that to come in before I can make a decision to say, I want this doctor or that doctor. I pretty much know who I want to go with, but he needs all the information and all the scans and everything else. So I still need Lehigh Valley to do, all the work, basically, like request all the stuff. Because I don't know how Jefferson or how Johns Hopkins would actually work with that. So at the moment, I'm going to keep it, the way it is. So other than that, not too much else. Oh, I got my taste buds back. Oh my God. Since the fluids in the hospital, I finally got my taste back. Before it was like, everything tastes like cardboard. Now I can taste stuff where it tastes normal, the way it's supposed to taste, the way it originally would taste. Finally, like that was like such a blessing to get that back. So now I can like eat the food, some of the foods that I really, really like my Panera soup. There's one particular soup that I really, really like, so I can eat that. There's another soup that I like that I can eat that, and I can taste it, and it tastes good finally. Oh, and like other foods actually have a better taste than what they did before, so that's really nice. But again, I had fluids in the hospital, so it's, I'm not getting those same fluids when I go home. But what we're trying to do is give me water and I put, potassium in it. There's packets that he got for me so that I can help, somewhat boost and keep the boost going with the potassium and the water and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. It's supposed to be a fruit punch and it's like sort of horrible. I might mix it with a little bit of grape to see if that makes it a little bit better. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not fruit punch. I don't know what they were thinking, so whatever. It's water. I can still drink it, so not a big ordeal. But I'm going to play with flavors. And I might add to it and see how things go. Anywho, that's all for now. Peace, Samo to be.